Hello, it's your boy Mr. CV. I'm back with another special video, and I'm gonna talk about Arsenal yesterday, my match analysis, my post-match analysis, and on top of it as well, the player ratings as well. I did say yesterday, I made a passionate plea to Arsenal yesterday to look back at games that Real Madrid, when Arsenal played Real Madrid in 2005-2006 season, when Henry stepped up and he was the man to go. I said these Arsenal players also, they need to step up and turn from boys to men. And honestly, yesterday they did absolutely that. And there was one guy called Declan Rice. He will be remembered today. This goes down in history. He will be remembered today, and his name is Declan Rice. Rice is a cheat code, and Arsenal smash Real in UCL Classic. And on top of it as well, I did say players needed to step up, and on top of it, it was important that Arsenal put in a good performance, and honestly they did. We could have even scored more. And I also said as well, I made reference to Arsenal versus Barcelona when Arsenal beat Barcelona versus Arsenal, because we were at the Camp Nou when Arsenal beat Barcelona, when players like Andre Arshavin stepped up, when players like Nasri stepped up, when players like Cesc Fabregas stepped up. And honestly, Arsenal did myself proud. I was screaming, I was shouting, I couldn't believe it. But listen, it's not game over, because Real Madrid, they are one of the best teams in the Champions League. They've showed it, the statistics showed it, the trophy showed it as well. So even though 3-0 lead, if it was any other team, I'll say, yeah, Arsenal's won. But honestly, this game's not over. Let me go quickly into the game as well. Arsenal started off very well. The first 10 minutes was very shaky. Players like Kivior, I was a bit scared for him when he missed the ball. But then after that, he stood up tall. And I also mentioned Kivior as well in my pre-match preview, saying that, listen, players like Kivior, if he can do it against Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinicius, trust me, that will do him a world of good. And honestly, he was amazing. He was really amazing. I'm going to get into the player ratings in a bit. On top of it as well, first free kick from Declan Rice. Fantastic free kick. Bend it like Declan. Listen, we owe West Ham money, and I live next to West Ham Stadium, and honestly, there's a reason why West Ham fans love Declan Rice, and the reason why they love him is not because he's the best player in the world, but it's because of the passion, the heart, the character he shows. And honestly, I am so proud of him. So after he took the first free kick, scored a brilliant free kick, the second free kick was even better. Listen, that's one of the best free kicks I've seen in my life. And when they talk about top bins, listen, Courtois, even if they had 50 Courtois in that goal, there is no way he's going to save that. And then the last one, Merino scoring as well. I was a bit surprised. I was a bit surprised that Merino was the one that started the match, because I did think like, maybe start with Trossard because of his performance. But honestly, I was wrong. Merino moving like Giroud-esque finish, and that finish was a brilliant finish. And let's be honest with you, Merino has scored more than Nketiah. I think so. I'm not sure. I have to check the stats, but he's done. Listen, I don't mind next season we get a proper striker and then we keep him as a backup striker. He still plays in that midfield position, but also as well, we can just interchange him sometimes if you want something different. Maybe put him up front, but still. And also when someone was replaced, someone was actually replaced anyway. I think it was Saka was replaced. Merino moved back into the midfield, and then Trossard came on, and honestly, he was still brilliant as well. Kept things sticking as well, and honestly, it's just an amazing night. And I'm saying this on here: if Arsenal go to the Champions League final, I'm gonna look for the location of where the Champions League final is, and I'm gonna make sure I go. I might not be able to afford to go to the stadium, but I'm gonna go to the city or the country, and I'm gonna be there supporting Arsenal. Like I said, the last time I saw Arsenal going to the Champions League was in 2005-2006. The last time I saw Arsenal going to the Champions League final was in 2005-2006 season. And honestly, I cried like a baby when Arsenal lost that Champions League final. So hopefully, if Arsenal does make it to the Champions League final, I hope that's not going to be the same. But listen, let's take it a step at a time. Let me go straight into the player ratings. So David Villa made the saves required to deny Mbappe, especially when Mbappe was through. And I expected a better show from Mbappe. And honestly, he was brilliant. He showed his presence and he was claiming a lot of presses. Next one, I'll give him 7 out of 10. Next one, Jurrien Timber. Honestly, with the injuries that Jurrien Timber has had with that ACL last 2 seasons ago or last season, honestly, the guy is a warrior. The guy is come back. Even when he's down, he's still back up as well. And honestly, he's a brilliant player. Picked up an early knock early on, but honestly, so just do. And honestly, he was absolutely brilliant. He was absolutely fantastic. So I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. William Saliba, honestly, the guy is a Rolls Royce of a defender. Come up against any attacker in the world. Honestly, I trust this guy 1v1. Excellent displays as well, and he was absolutely fantastic. 8 out of 10. Kivio, 7 out of 10. Like I said, when he missed that ball in the beginning, I was a bit scared for him. But honestly, I have to say, he was brilliant. He was fantastic. He kept Vinicius quiet. He kept Mbappe quiet. Listen, like I said, these are games where when your back is against the wall, you stand tall. And honestly, big up to Kivio. Stood very tall. And you have to give him 7 out of 10. And brilliant. Louis Skelly, I did say, it's so hard to believe that this guy, he only started first team football just until December, which was literally like a couple months ago. And honestly, he was brilliant. He was moving into the midfield as well, marshalling the defence as well. And honestly, I did say start with him because that hunger, the passion, what it means to play for Arsenal will be in him. And honestly, it was in him as well. And he was absolutely brilliant as well. 8 out of 10. In midfield, Thomas Partey marshaled that midfield. Thomas Partey was playing like prime Seedorf. He was playing like prime Kante. Honestly, Thomas Partey was absolutely brilliant. Broke up play, kept the ball moving, and kept his composure. 7 out of 10, easily. Declan Rice, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, man of the match. Honestly, the first free kick was good. The second free kick was even better. Honestly, I didn't even know he had that in his locker. For that 105 million, listen, we need to go and pay West Ham more money. We need to go to West Ham, call them up tomorrow and say, listen, we bought him for half price. Listen, we need to go and pay really. Listen, he's the rice. That rice of yesterday was not just any rice. That was jollof rice. That was jerk rice. That was fried rice. That was any type of rice you could see. Listen, that was osu. There's also another rice as well. Anyways, listen, Declan Rice was absolutely stunning. And I think what Arteta has done since Declan Rice came into Arsenal was not just play him in that defensive role, but play more like a box-to-box, more like Yaya Toure kind of. And I did say he's one of his favourite players, or one of the players he look up to is Yaya Toure. And honestly, if he can do just 50% of what Yaya Toure does, honestly, we've got a fantastic player in our hand. And honestly, wow, that second free kick was wow. Honestly, 10 out of 10, man of the match easily. Martin Odegaard, he was okay. He was great in the match. He was decent. He kept things together, and honestly, he was okay. But with the performance like this, you can't knock off anyone. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. We're going to the attack. Bukayo Saka. This guy is a machine. There's a reason. I can't say he was fully fit because you can tell he was rushed back a bit. But honestly, this guy, there's a reason why he's in our team. There's a reason why he's one of the most, just his presence alone. There's some players where, listen, they might not be the best players in the world, or in the case of Saka, he's one of the best players in the world, one of the best wingers in the world. That's no doubt. Just his presence scares off defenders. His presence scares oppositions. And honestly, he was absolutely brilliant. He was fantastic. He was, oh my God, what can I say about my star boy? Saka. Come on. Hey, Mikel Merino. Honestly, I was surprised that he was put up front, but honestly, he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. I don't care whether we bought him as an 8. I don't care whether we bought him in midfield. But honestly, we need to start taking him seriously. Because that finish that finish. I've seen players worse than Marino play for up front for Arsenal. I've seen Chamak play for Arsenal. I've seen other players play for Arsenal. Ali Adiye, he was all right. Listen, Marino, the way players are getting converted into different positions, honestly, I think Marino could probably do that. We've seen Joe Linton move from striker to midfield. We've seen Marino move from midfield to striker. Honestly, if Arsenal were to win the Champions League with Marino up front, honestly, Mikel Arteta deserves a statue, man. Honestly. But listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's keep it going. But brilliant finish and 8 out of 10. Gabriel Martinelli, he wasn't too bad, but honestly, he could have done a bit better. But either way, I'm not knocking him off, because this is not just a victory of just one player. This is a victory of the collective of a team. So I'm going to give him 6 out of 10. The subs, Leandro Trossard came on for Saka in the final quarter of an hour. He did really well, 6 out of 10. Kieran Tierney, probably didn't expect that it was going to play in the Champions League quarter-final, but when he came on, he did really well. And I don't know this role that Arteta keeps giving him, but listen, brilliant from him, and he did what he needed to do when he was subbed on for Rice. Ben White subbed on for Timber in the added time, so didn't really have to do much, but brilliant. The next one is Mikel Arteta. An almost faultless game plan, and Arsenal kept the match tight when they needed to and had the magic to make their moments in the final third. And honestly, Mikel Arteta deserves a lot of praises. I thought Madrid were the favourites, and let me be honest with you, every Arsenal fan knew Madrid was the favourites. We thought, okay, you know what? If Arsenal can hang in there, probably get a 1-0, defend very well, and we're good to go. But honestly, the team, the master plan from Arteta, absolutely brilliant. Honestly, if Arsenal were to win the Champions League this season, listen, it will be crazy. I know we're going to lose the Premier League, but it will be in a crazy imagination. Honestly, I'm lost for words. But let's calm down a bit. And the reason why I'm going to say let's calm down a bit is because Madrid could overturn this in Madrid. They could overturn it, but because of how good defensively Arsenal are, it will be a miracle. It will be a miracle, but you never know. Football, I've seen in the Champions League where AC Milan versus Real Madrid versus Liverpool, where Liverpool were 3-0 down, came back. I've seen where it was spun the other way around, where AC Milan were losing 3-0 and they came back. Honestly, I've seen Arsenal lose a 4-0 lead against Newcastle when Newcastle scored 4-4 and Cheick Tiote scored the winner. Rest in peace to him, by the way. But next week, I can't wait for next week, because I want this game to be done and dusted, and I want Arsenal to knock out Real Madrid. Listen, Arsenal made me proud. I said yesterday, these are the games where people stand up. Listen, just because your back is on the ground doesn't mean it's your background. Arsenal have not been brilliant in the Premier League. We've been up and down. But let me be honest with you. If Arsenal can get through this, if Arsenal can do this, if Arsenal can navigate this, honestly, it'll be... This is one of the best Champions League nights I've seen. This is the reason why we're one of the biggest clubs in the world. This is the reason why Arsenal need to be at the top performing. And Arsenal board give Partey another 1 or 2 year contract. The reason is because if we are bringing in Zubimendi, we need time for him to adapt. And if you can give Partey a 1 or 2 year contract so that Zubimendi can now embed himself in the team, that would be absolutely brilliant. Listen, I'm lost for words. It's your boy, Mr. CV. Have a fantastic day. Keep listening, keep watching CV football, keep growing, and together we are going to make it to the top. Take care, and until next time, take care.